Hi everyone, it's Diane. Welcome back to my channel, Scrapbooking Creation. Today I've got two layouts from the As You Grow collection by Close to My Heart. We'll be using these papers. I didn't pull the cardstocks. I didn't even think about it. I was talking with my friend on the phone and I pulled the pattern papers, but not any of the cardstocks. But we'll talk about them while we're going over the layouts. But I didn't use any stickers today. So I still have quite a bit of stickers. This is the second sheet of stickers I have, but there's still quite a bit on everything. Use this paper. I used, let's see, one layout has this paper, and one layout has all four of these papers. So the wood grain one, the mulberry dots, the floral, and then a little bit of this plaid pattern. Okay, I'm setting them on top of this album thing. Okay, first layout today is adorable. And it is actually adorable, right? Now, I really like it. I did use pewter as the background. I was going to use charcoal, but it just felt a little too dark. And pewter seemed to kind of fit with the papers. And so I just kind of kept laying, I laid charcoal, I laid mulberry, I laid sangria, I laid the pewter, and I even tried craft and just kind of laid it. I had this part here and here, not the flowers and the title, but just these base pieces, because that's what I had wanted to do. And I laid them on my little mats. I have two of my little mats here. And I laid them on that, and then I just kind of shoved the paper underneath, and it just wasn't working until I put the pewter down, and then I felt it worked well. It's still dark. I mean, this is definitely a darker baby album than I've ever created. So, still love it though. And this, it's the bath one, which is the second layout, is my favorite for today. This one I think is cute though. So, Pewter Dark side, because this is the light side, is 8.5 by 11 1/4. Both are the same size. And the funny part was, I was mentioning that yesterday, and today when I was going to cut it, I kept second guessing myself. Do I need to cut another one bigger? Or is this okay? Am I doing... So it was kind of nice to be able to do this, but it was also disconcerting because I've just done 12 layout sets with the two different sizes. So it's funny how our brains are all used to things and then we have to reprogram them yet again. So on this one, the floral pattern, there's two of them. They're 5 by 7.5, and I just alternated them. So if you were to look at this like this, it's pretty much the same layout. I just flipped it because I had found a sketch online that was pretty much this one. There was a tag down here, and I'm trying to think of what else was on this. There's some other stuff on it, but it was pretty busy. And so I used the tag over here, and over here I decided to put the little journaling strips. Okay, the Mulberry Dot pattern is a scallop square, and it is about 6 by 6. I think it was just a smidge bigger, and it's not a perfect scallop. It's small, big, small, big. I liked it, kind of gave it a cloudy feel, and I thought it was different, and so I used that. That is a Cricut cut. I cut one of them and cut it in half for both pieces. The little notebook type piece right here is Sangria Light. It is also a Cricut cut from Artbooking. And I did not notate that, but I will notate that. It is light and it's 1 by 5. And I cut two of those. And then let's see, the tag is a Cricut cut file as well. Mulberry Dark and then Sangria Dark on that one. The circles, I've got two circles. The Sangria one is the dark side. I did cut it in half, so I have another one right here that I can use someplace else. I don't know what I was thinking when I did it. I should have done that as well to the plaid one. I probably shouldn't have even put the plaid one on here because you can't even see it. You can barely see it over there. So there's a plaid little circle there, and there's one on each side. I didn't cut that one in half. It was smaller. Let me actually look at the size. I think I still have it on my Cricut file, and I can put this up here. Um, all of these files are, oh, except for one. I'll have to take the adorable off. But everything else is a Cricut. And if you have Design Space, not Design Space, if you have the, I can't think of whatever it is that we have that we pay yearly for unlimited use for a lot of things. If you have that, you'll be able to cut all of these. If you don't, then you would have to pay for them. And I am not sure how that works. I just know whenever I get files from Kelly, if I don't have the files, I either have to pay for them or they tell me that they no longer exist. So the smaller circle is 2.458. And I'm going to grab my little Post-it notes and write that down so I can put that in the notes. So it's 2.458, and the larger circle is 4.056, and that scallop square is, I can see one side, I can't see the other. Okay, come on, show me the numbers. Okay, so the scallop circle is 6 by 5.978. Okay, and like I said, I will put that in the description below. I will put a link to the saved file for that. It does have the tag on it as well as um, the this piece right here. It has the circles that I used here, and it has the scallop square. It also has all of the items I used for the next layout. So I will save that. It'll be called As You Grow 4. And let me save that and add to description. Okay, now I won't forget. Okay, so the flowers are the same flowers I've been cutting and using for the most part, on most of the layouts, I should say, because that when I've done the daisy one, I've changed that flower up a little bit. But so these are the Happiness Lives Here flowers: Sangria, Mulberry, White Daisy, Shortbread, and New England Ivy. I did use a white Jelly Roll pen, and I kind of just changed up where I was putting it. I went here, 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 here. So there's 3 dots on each one. I cut 5 layers of the title. And did I? Yeah, 5 layers of in Sangria Light. It's Miss Kate's Cuttable. It's the girly titles. I have put a link to that. It has layers. I think there was 4 layers that can go behind it. I didn't want layers on that one. But that set is, there's 4 different titles, and it was 50 cents. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure it was 50 cents. And that one was girly. Girly is apparently Girly, not IE. Yeah, 50 cents, you get 4 titles. So cute, sweet, cutie pie, and adorable. And then I'm clicking on it right now. Each one has 3 layers behind it. So you can do quite a bit with that or just use the fonts as is. I really just like the swirl. Cutie Pie has a swirl and a swish and another swirl. Sweet has a swirl, and So Cute has a swirl like this one. Sweet and So Cute have that one. Cutie Pie has a little bit more, but definitely go take a look if you're in the market for some titles. I really like just going through her titles. I found a lot of things I could use. Trying not to kind of overdo it on that, but at the same time, it's always nice to have some new little titles you can cut. Especially since, goodness, when I go on Cricut and I'm looking for something, I just have a hard time finding things sometimes. And then other times they're just right there. It's just hit or miss. And right now, the Miss Kate's Cuttables has a lot of what I'm looking for, which is fantastic. There is 4 dark sangria photo mats at 3 by 4. I have half of that listed there. And then I did use, I think I mentioned the white jelly roll pen here. On the second layout, I wasn't able to get this to work. So that was kind of frustrating. I didn't add any ribbon here. I did do quarter of an inch by 3 strips of white daisy here for some journaling. But I just kept it simple. It's pretty busy layout, and I don't mind a good busy layout. I just didn't want it to be something where Allison would look at it and be like, I don't even think I can put a picture on this. So hopefully she feels comfortable doing it and comfortable writing up a little bit. This was going to be really hard to pop. And so cutting out 5 of them and just layering them right on top of each other gave me that height I wanted. See how they're just layered right there? So it gave me the height. Just fun. Like I said, I just had a lot of fun with these layouts. And this will be in the beginning part of the book too. So that's kind of a nice little treat. The bath one though, it kicks butt. Isn't that so cute and so simple? It looks like I've got them all crooked. Let's see here. Okay. So on this one, I used Craft 8.5 by 11 1/4, 2 pieces for the background. Shortbread light side up top here is 5.5 by 8 1/4. Shortbread pattern down here is 6 by 8 1/4. It is 5. No, it is 6 by 8 1/4. Sorry. And then the shortbread dark is about a 1/2 inch by 8 1/4. It was pretty much what I cut off of these pieces. I just cut it in half. So I use Cricut cuts solely on this. So like I said, on my Cricut file that I'm going to have at the bottom down here, it will have a link to this and the sizes I used. I did cut multiple times of these bubbles. I love these bubbles. I had other bubbles that came with the bathtub that were fine. Didn't love them, but once I cut the bath time title and it had these, loved them. And I'll hold that up a little closer. See, it's got the extra layer. They're just so cute. And then on bath time, I used my Stampin' Chalk marker. I couldn't get the jelly roll to work on this. You couldn't see it. And so it's very faint, but I got the chalk marker to work. And I was really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so there is 6 3x4 craft photo mats. And let's go over the Cricut cut. So the bath time title is Craft, Shortbread, and White Daisy. The ducks are Shortbread Gingham, Shortbread, and Black. So their little beaks and their arms are in shortbread. I used the Shortbread Gingham, so I couldn't bring any down here because they got lost. In fact, I have one. Let me see if I've got him real close, and I can show you how lost he got. Technically, he got lost in the flowers. Oh, and look at these. Aren't these cute? I cut these the other day and I wanted to use them with, there's 3 of them. I love them. I've got to find a place to use them. Well, I'm not seeing him in here. I wonder if I didn't toss him into the right bucket. I do that too. I don't see him. He's hiding. He knew I was going to try and put him down by the gingham and he was going to get lost. Because, you know, my paper pieces have a life of their own. They're sentient beings, right? Okay, so off of my little weird rant, the ducks I told you about, the baby in the bathtub. Okay, so she is white bathtub and white here, so it pops up. These are all white daisy for the little bubbles right here. I did her head in shortbread. I need to look at my list. Walnut cream, espresso ballerina, and Carolina. So I put ballerina behind her mouth and Carolina for her eyes. It didn't come that way. I think it was supposed to be this dark brown behind her head, and so she has the brown eyes, brown mouth. I didn't care for it. I tried multiple versions and didn't care for it. I did the little brown hair here, and then the little tiny shortbread bow. And I just tucked some little of these little circle, here, I'll hold her up, So, and this duck right here is the same as this duck. I just cut more of them and made them bigger. So I did cut 4 ducks. I had 2 going this way and 2 going this way, but I only used the 3 and then this 4th one. So I might have overducked, but I like them. So they're so cute. Just really fun layout. I had a lot of fun with this. And I'm not the best on getting the glue off of it, so I'll get the glue there. Um, I didn't add any strips for journaling. I might add a few here or here. I'm just keeping it really simple. I mean, the bath time there, I did offset it so that it would have that background on it because the bath time with just the letters was going to get lost. I was able to pop it too. That's another thing I like about when you offset something, it makes it wider, of course. I mean, that's why you're offsetting it, but then you can use things like pop tape. Whereas with the Adorable, I didn't have an offset on it, even though it came with some. Um, I wanted it just a little more simple. And I just think that's so cute. I love the way the O is right there. I just like how it all fits together. Just like I loved this being all lowercase. I love that the I dot was a little bubble. And I just loved having all the little bubbles. I just, like I said, I think I cut 2 additional sheets of bubbles because you got, let me look at that file, how many bubbles you got. You got one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it looks like that's all you got were the ones that are on here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I cut 4 additional sets of bubbles for that one. And then I cut, like I said, the four ducks. I have the other bubbles on here still. I'm going to go delete those real quick because we don't need those on there. Those ducks are so cute, aren't they? Just adorable. I'm very happy that I got those. And I love that little kid in the bathtub. Now, the walnut cream is a basil. However you say it, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. The basil paper to me. I did cut her head in that. Allison's kids are very fair complected. So I'm assuming that this one is fair too. I have not seen her. I forgot to ask Allison to show me pictures. I asked her all the details and forgot a ton. I forgot a ton. I had to text her later for some more details, and then I have to now ask to see what she looks like. Goodness. I don't know if we all remembered everything though, life would be too easy and then we would just give up. So keeping it funky. So tomorrow I am going to try and use, I don't really want to use the star, but that might be the one I end up using. I want to do the last page, and I'm not sure I'm going to do any more inside of it. I know I'm going to fix that one, but I need to do like a first birthday. And that's how I kind of want to end it. So I thought if I did a double layout and a single page, that would finish up the book for her first birthday. So maybe I'll go with the flowers. I'm trying to think, what was oh, and I omitted that page with the flaps on that one. And this one came off, so I've got to fix that one. So let's see here. Just kind of jump ahead. All this is done. Isn't that crazy how much is in there? Okay, so I used that paper pretty close to the end, and that one, I could easily use this paper again for her first birthday. So I'll do the first birthday here, and then the closing with, like additional first birthday. So there'll just be three pages for that. But yeah, no, this book is pretty full. Still have the flip flap right there. I've actually thought about maybe doing something on this cover, like a pocket or something, but I haven't gotten any further on that. So yeah, pretty full book. But the birthday is the next one I want to tackle, as well as just kind of review if there's any other pages I have forgotten. I did start thinking, oh, we got to do like a first foods page, but the beginning is pretty much when they're just baby. So the first foods wouldn't matter, but this little cut I found and I cut it out. I'm not loving the carrot color. I should have gone a little orangier, but I think that's so cute. Isn't that just adorable? That's a little cut file on the Cricut, just on the Cricut. Standard stuff. Not anything, crazy, crazy, but just a lot of fun stuff out there if you look for it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come play today. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you would love to see more of my videos. Leave a comment. I always appreciate those, and I try to get back as soon as possible on those. And have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.